Hey, lovely people. I am going to talk to you about a book that I absolutely loved. And you may know what it is by the amount of videos that I did while I was listening. I don't think I've ever done that many videos before. So let's get into it. I have listened to Dr. Single Dad by Louise Bay. Now, I've done Louise Bay books before, but it has been a while. So when this came up as an option for an ALC, I was like, you know what? It's got Shane East, it's got Zara Hampton-Brown, who, although I know and have met and have had conversations with, I've never actually listened to anything. So I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. Shane, I've done a bunch. We know that. And it was Louise, and I was like, it's Single Dad, it's Nanny, like, come on. All the stars were there, they were aligned, this was a must. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am that one, I was selected for an ALC, and two, that I got to listen to this. This was everything that I wanted in a book. So it is instant father, billionaire, tension, slow burn, nanny. Like, I cannot tell you how delicious it was. Like, that tension built so freaking well that when they finally do come together, it's like, that was supposed to be fireworks. Look, don't judge me. Anywho, I just loved the way this came together. I loved that it was pretty low angst. There wasn't a big thing. And even the black moment, I feel, was more grey, which I am loving. I am loving these books that are giving me like a more grey. Like in this instance, it was more like I just need to figure some stuff out rather than a big blow up. And I don't know. I mentioned this in another review, but I'm really loving these more light-hearted books, these books that are giving me all the happy all of the time, and they're not breaking my heart. I mean, that doesn't mean there are not tears. I'm a big sap, that's all I can say. So for this book especially, I did feel more connected to it than I do most books, and I think that's because I was a living nanny, and so a lot of the thoughts and concerns and feelings that the heroine had, I could completely relate to. I absolutely loved the way Louise Bay built up the connection between the hero and the baby. So it is in instant fatherhood. He did not know about the baby until he has a choice to make, and in his mind he's like, I'm gonna get a nanny, they can do everything, I'll just, provide the money and the house and whatever. And to see him go from that to this concerned father that really doesn't want to let his daughter go with anybody. And what I really loved, it wasn't an instant. You could see it slowly changing. You could see him slowly changing. And for me, I just thought that was beautiful. Honestly, it was just such a joy to read. Listen, what else? It was just a joy. And talking about narration, like I say, this was my first Zara Hampton-Brown, and I knew it wasn't going to be my last. The way she performed this book, especially certain aspects. The moments with thinking about the children and how you're always connected to the children that you've cared for even when you move on, and that sort of emotional side of it was really believable. And then she has a whole host of issues herself with her family, a lot of concerns, and I feel like the emotion of that really came through, along with the lightheartedness of kind of teaching this man how to fall in love and connect with his child. And I just thought that was fantastically performed. The differentiation for the different characters, the guy voice, hello, like I was just here for it all, and I need all the recommendations. Mr. Shane East. I have listened to a fair few Shane books, and I mean, we're talking double digits, and I think this might be my favourite. If not my favourite, it is up there in like the top 5. Because, and I did a funny video because in the beginning he like says my name a bunch of times, which is always cool hearing your name in a book, right? But that aside, he performed this book in such a way that was so endearing that I was just like, all right, all the fangirls are gonna be swooning off the Reds. Like, calm down, man. But it was really something that I kind of connected with when I was listening. I was like, oh my god, I feel like this is reality. So as I say, the character does go from being this more kind of not interested, kind of grumpy, to being so connected. And also this hero falls first. Yes, we gotta love that. And the progression of that change was performed so well, and the way that he did that, I highly commend. And for me, the favourite parts were when he's interacting with the baby and narrating what he's doing, and I just thought it was the most brilliant thing. And it really just was like, yeah, okay, Shane, okay, good job, man, good job. Absolutely loved it. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. And you know, if billionaires aren't normally your thing, I think you would still enjoy this book, because other than the fact that obviously he can pay for whatever, it's not really a major point in the book. So I think you should check it out. And yeah, highly recommend.